Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for staying. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you. I hope you're going to like this content and please subscribe. So in this channel, for now, I'm just going to be doing some story times where I think that's how you guys will get to know me personally. And yeah, we'll probably do some Q&A later on. And yeah, sure. But if you still have any questions you'd like to know about me, please comment down below. Please like, share, and please subscribe if you enjoy my content. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a story time about how I found out I'm pregnant, giving birth at a public hospital, and basically, yeah, that short story. I want to keep this video short, 30 minutes max, but yeah. So let's start. First thing first, in 2022, I had sexual intercourse with my partner. I know. In Pretoria, Sharon's Place, City Property Flats. Yep, in Pretoria CBD. And so, firstly, me and my partner, when we having sexual intercourse, I know. I think we used I dated him for 7 years now. And in the 7 years period, we used like protection. Okay, I want people to hear me. We used protection once. And because he was my virgin breaker. Am I supposed to say that? No. Okay, yes. Because of that, it was painful. Like the first experience was very painful with it. And I told him that, you know what? I know it's a bad decision because I didn't consider the fact that we get tested. I could have gotten sick, but due to that excruciating pain, I was like, no more. I think we should go meat to meat. I'm shy, guys, but it's yeah. So I remember when after immediately, I think he was still on top of me, or I was on top of him. I can't remember, but I remember asking him why did you come in on me? While I was still there on the bed, and he was like, why are you stressed? You don't have to worry. Even if you're going to give birth, you're going to give birth the following year in September, and the baby might share the same birth date as you, because I'm I'm born on the 22nd of September. It's the baby might share the birth date with you. So I'm gonna be quite honest. We've been having these baby conversations in our relationship, and I kept telling him I'm not ready. Firstly, I was afraid of batwatloring. I'm that type of person. I have batwatloring syndrome, or I had that before, and also I never lacked anything, but I know how far my mother, because I was raised by a single mother. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I feel I longed to have a certain type of lifestyle growing up, and I I always said to myself, that's the kind of lifestyle, or that's the kind of home I want to give to my kids. Therefore, I think I should wait until I'm financially able to provide for my children, or I'm financially able to provide for myself and have extra to keep. That's when I'll have kids. And on the other side with him, he has, I think, 9 siblings, and he's the last born. And I think the first his sister, his firstborn, yeah, is 40 something, and the age gap between him and his sisters and brothers is 20-year age gap and all that. And he always used to say he'd always say I lost my parents at a young age, and my parents had me at menopause, and that's not something that I would like to have. I feel I know we don't have power to control how long we're going to live in this world, but he always said that he feels the younger he has kids, the more time he's going to be able to spend with his kids. The more time he's going to be able to spend with his kids, because he lost his dad at a very young age. I think he was in primary, and his mother in first year of varsity, and that's not what he wishes for his kids. So we've been having that kind of conversations, and we never actually got to the ground, but we're you know what, where there's a will, there's a way. So I think after that period, I was like, why did you do that? It was like, no, don't worry. You're going to give birth on the 22nd of September and it will be like your birthday. Cool. So usually when we have sexual intercourse and he comes in on me, like I always go for morning after pill. I know the reviews, people would say, no, they don't work. You're gonna get pregnant, they're gonna get used to the body. But like that was always my go-to. Like I could have in a month, I don't know how many times I could take it, but that was always my go-to. Secondly, I never wanted there was always an option of me preventing, but like I've seen people gaining a lot of weight due to that, and that's not something I wanted for myself because already I'm a big mama. Like I've got fresh meat already, so adding onto the meat that I have, like for me, it was just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Get a prevent allergies. So that was like just me. So and he was like, no, don't worry, the baby will come on the 22nd of September and all. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, sharp. So we didn't take that serious. So okay, I'm just like gonna keep going back and giving some backstory about me. So yeah, you just excuse me there. So for me, like with my periods, I'm not someone that experiences period pains. I'm not someone that has regular periods like month to month. I don't know why. That has always been me. I've always thought like it's something that's not normal, and I knew that one day I needed to check that out. But the anxiety that I used to have, like I never wanted to hear the reason why I don't have regular periods. Like I've always thought like it's maybe related to me being barren, or maybe I know I didn't educate myself. Maybe it's because I have fibroids. Maybe fibroids are going to prevent me from having kids in the near future. And for me, it was going to be something very, very, very heartbreaking because, first of all, I'm the only child, and not being able to bear kids, like that was going to hit hard. And like for the fact that me thinking that if I'm not going to be able to bear kids for my partner, where will he get kids? Obviously. So like that's something that has been on my mind, but I never ever wanted to check it out. I knew that I will, but when I'm ready. So I wasn't always ready to check that out. So when my periods the month my periods decides to come, my boobs would be so large, they'd be very, very, very painful. So that's how I used to know, oh, this month I'm going to have my periods, like a week or few days after, then yeah. Cool. So after that sexual intercourse where he came in, that month I had my periods. That very same month, I think like a week or two after, my periods came. But so usually towards the end of my periods, my boobs would go back to normal. But this time the pain kept on being so, 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 so excruciating. It was very, very painful. Sorry, it was very painful, and I never like understood why. I was like, why are they still painful if like my periods is coming to an end? Like I just never knew why, but I was like, oh, okay, fine. A week. So my periods usually last, I think, 4 days, sometimes 5. A week passed and my boobs were still painful, and they were very large to a point where the bras that I was wearing at that moment, they were no longer fitting. So I was very worried. I spoke to my boyfriend and he was like, oh no, let's leave it. And I was like, so because he came in on me and I never went to like buy morning after pills, I got so worried. I was like, yo, okay, which means it's either I'm pregnant or my periods are going to come again. Like I hate that period. I hate having my girlies. So, okay, cool, sharp. So weeks passed, my breast was still painful, and I remember it was during December periods, the beginning, I think the first week of December, we were in Polokwane. We passed by Savannah Mall. The reason why we passed by that mall is because I wanted to use the public toilets because I was super pressed, like I was super pressed. So I just wanted to go to the loo. So something was like, on your way to the loo, why don't you pass by Clicks, buy test, and go use it in the loo because of like the pain that I was experiencing on my breast. Cool. So I left, I went to Clicks, and the line was super long, guys. But I was pressed, but I was like, yo, I'm just gonna wait. I bought that one pack that comes into a pregnancy unit, like pre-pregnancy test units, but it's one pack. I think it's the Clicks brand. I bought that brand. I paid, quickly rushed to the toilet, and when I opened one, I was like, I'm gonna use one now just so like I know, but so I don't like keep stressing. So I remember just immediately after using that stick, when I checked that stick, like I peed partially on the stick, and I got super mad because I was like, yo, I wasted money. I could have waited till I got home, so it means that stick is no longer gonna work and all those sort. But something was like, don't throw this test. I took the test, put it back inside the box, and I left. I went to the car. So when I went to the car, because I told my boyfriend I'm gonna pass by Clicks, so it was like, and then when so it's like, yo, I wasted that. I partially peed on the stick, and I don't think it's gonna like give me the right test, like the correct test. So I'll just test again when I got home. Sharp. We left. We went to my boyfriend's house, and as we were there chilling, I got pressed again, and I wanted to use the loo, and I was like, oh, let me use the last test. I know I am supposed to use the test like in the morning, but like I couldn't wait, guys. It's been weeks, and like I just wanted to know like what's actually wrong with me. What sharp. So I went, but like before I took that second test, I was like, let me check the first test. And when I checked, guys, it was a faint line. Yo, it was a faint line. I quickly took the stick. I showed my partner and was like, like that's nothing, you like you're exaggerating. And I'm like, check, like let's go outside. Took the stick, put it up there in the sun. I was like, there's a faint line. He was like, no, it's nothing. Like you're seeing what you want to see because you think you are like pregnant. Sharp. So okay, cool, sharp. Then I took a picture of that test. I sent it to my friend. Immediately after the test, my friend responds and say it's positive. There's a second line. Guys, I think the first thing that came to my mind is, what are people at church going to say? Because now I go to like this Christian church, like the Kraketa and you can say that. And like, let's be quite honest, they can be very judgmental. They are very judgmental. And now, guys, my mother holds a very high position in church. And like, what are the elders of the church going to say? Like, having her child, like, being pregnant out of wedlock. Like, when they see me, like, what are they going to say? Like, all those questions came into my mind. And my partner was like, stop with what are people going to say? Like, what do you want? Is this what you want? And he said to me that, I know I said I want like kids, but you don't need to rush. Is this what you want? If it is, you can keep the baby. If not, you can abort. I'm just not going to be judgmental. And I remember saying to her that I don't know if this is my last blessing, and actually because of my beliefs, that's not the risk I'm willing to take. I know I'm not financially stable, but yeah, we'll just like try to put the pieces together. Try to put the pieces together as life goes on. Cool, sharp. Okay, then we just decided, okay, so we're going to keep this together. We're not going to tell anyone up until maybe 3 months, or like the belly starts showing. Cool. Then my second worry was, girl, you're pregnant, there's no medical aid, which means you're going to give birth in a public hospital. And guys, like this judgment, I made it based on the public hospitals around me in my village in Limpopo. Guys, the service is very poor there, the hygiene, like everything. And like my close friends and family that have been there giving birth, like the stories they get to share with me when they come back, they just so horrific. And that's actually something that I was not willing to take, because I remember even one telling me that, girl, if you're going to give birth there, when are you going to cry real tears? Because that's like, I'm very soft, guys. I'm a very emotional person. I'm very soft. And like when I'm mama, guys, I'm being the only child. So yeah, it was stressful. But I remember telling my boyfriend that I don't know how you're going to get money, but you just have to make sure that I don't give birth in a public hospital. And some poor guy was like, okay, we'll just see what we do. Cool, sharp. I then started searching for hospitals, and when I checked the prices, they were around like private hospitals, like the fees. And I called around and they mentioned something about 40,000, 20,000. And I remember one lady, I think it was at Mediclinic, said to me, remember, you might have like budgeted 40K for birth, and there's complications that take place, like unexpected complications, which means it's more funds. So if you don't have that, then you're going to be in trouble. So I was like, you know what, since I'm like currently 1 to 2 weeks, let me put everything at rest, and yeah, we'll just see as it goes. Cool. So everything, it was the beginning of December. On the 25th of December, I went to church. Right after church, I decided, no, I want to go have like be with my partner. Yeah. So after church, my partner came, fetched me, and we went to Rocco Mama's. I remember very well. We had lunch there, and right on the spot, I was like, yo, I want to share this with my mother. Like, yes, I want to share this with my mother. I just want to send her a text. And he was like, okay, do it. I sent girl the pregnancy test, and girl was like, and then what's this? Guys, he was like, and then what's this? And I said to her, like, check that picture. He was like, yes, but like, what is this? Because now my mother is very old. She's a dinosaur. So she was like, what's this? And I'm like, it's a pregnancy test. And she was like, who is it for? And I said, me. Yo, I think I switched off my phone for a bit because like I wasn't ready for what she was about to tell me. Guys, I was 24 by that time, but like to me, like I'm still her little girl, you know. And she was like, congratulations. And I was like, you're not angry? And she was like, no, you're a big girl. Congratulations. Yo, guysing. It was a relief having to know that she knows about the, like, I'm positive, like I'm pregnant, like my pregnancy issue. But the fact that after the lunch I have to go back home, meet with her face to face. Yo, guys, I remember going there around, like, going home around 7, and she opened the gate for me, and she never said anything. Like, literally, guys, our last conversation regarding like my pregnancy was on that WhatsApp text saying, you're a big girl, congratulations. She never said anything. She never mentioned anything about how I should like carry myself. That was that. Cool. Fast forward, I was 3 months pregnant. I needed to start my antenatal visits, and I don't have medical aid, and I never wanted to go to the public clinics, and I also didn't have enough funds to go to the gynecologist because like I wasn't financially stable. So cool. I decided, okay, let me just search around private clinics. Maybe those will be better than gynecologist. I got one because remember I was staying in Pretoria. I got one in Unjani, that is in Sunnyside. I went there. My first consultation was about 1,000. From there, I think I started paying 650. Yes. And so when we got there, we're going to do the daily visits. I think I'll just do a separate video regarding like that process. If you guys are interested, you can just comment down below. Right after Njani, everything was smooth. My first trimester was smooth. My second trimester, the first week was hell, because the first trimester I never experienced any morning sickness. And my second trimester, the first week was hell because I vomited the entire week. I had diarrhea. I think I lost water, and yeah. And so yeah, so it passed. Everything was well. And by the time I was in my last trimester, we didn't have money to like. We just sat down, like me and my partner, to say, look, I know, he sat me down and said, look, I know you wanted to give birth in a private hospital, but we don't have enough funds for that. And even if we push for that, the baby will not have like clothes, like those like startup stuff. Like the baby won't have diapers, clothes, and all that. So it's up to you. Like you have to choose. And I was like, okay, but one thing I know is I don't want to give birth in my province. So I'll just look around Gauteng, since like it's more advanced than where I come from. I'll just have a look around here to check if the hospitals. Maybe I'll find something better. I remember going on TikTok, and the first hospital I found was Charlotte Maxege. And I was like, okay, so I'm going here. Weeks later on my TikTok, there's a video of someone who was reviewing it, showing how unhygienic it was. And I was like, nope, I'm not going there. Then as I was still searching, as the days progressed, I found someone who did a birth vlog. Like them going, yeah, a birth vlog. And in that birth vlog, they went to give birth where? In Tshwane, Pretoria Tshwane District Hospital. And I loved everything, guys, from the entrance, from how hygienic was the place, like the food they ate. I'll also try to just insert like some clips here. Like where I come from, usually, like once you give birth, you get to sleep with the baby on the same bed as you. But they had this like nice bed, like, or incubator, I don't know what they call that. They had those where you are allowed to put your baby. Like, guys, everything was nice, and she explained how the nurses were nice, and how she, like, for a moment forgot that she was actually in a public hospital. That's how nice it was. I spoke to my partner. I'm like, this is where I'm going to give birth. I called the hospital to find out about the procedure, if I want to give birth, what should take place, because they also had like a clinic where like people go to antenatal visits there, and they say, no, you just come when it's time, and you just bring your antenatal book, and then we'll take it from the register. We take it from the kusha. Okay, then months went by, and I was supposed to give birth on the 30th of I was supposed to give birth on the 30th of September. No, on 30th of August, yes. And okay, so my due date passed, and I remember on going to my last visit, the sister said, since your due date has passed, you need to start coming every day for checkup. Like, yes, was it every day or every week? I think she said every day. Yes, she said you need to start coming every day for checkup, just to check you out, and then just to check how the water, if it's still enough. And she was like, to check the size of the baby, if the baby's not squashed in your tummy and all that sort. Cool. So I was like, since I'm going to give birth, but in my mind I was like, since I didn't like mention it, so I just said, okay, we had our checkup on the 30th of August. So I was like, okay, cool, fine. But I spoke to my partner. I was like, since I'm going to give birth there and they've got a clinic, why don't I try going there? Like, yes, I try like attending that antenatal visit. Cool. On the 1st of September, okay, right? Yes. And then I forgot to mention, so my partner got a job offer like back at home in Limpopo on the 30th of, like, to start on the 1st of September. He got that on the 1st of May. So no, he got that on the 1st of August. So during the month of August, we knew I was hoping, crossing fingers, that I give birth then, because I was staying with my partner and I was like 100% remote. Because I could say I was 100% remote because I got pregnant. No one in the office knew. No one saw my bum. I gave birth, and they also never knew that I was pregnant. So because I was like that deep into like remote, I stayed with my partner. So my partner was the only one who was going to the office daily. And when he got the job offer, I was like, you can't stay alone here. Because if you like heavily pregnant, you need someone to take care of you, which means you have to go back home. And he was like, I think it's time you put it in your mind that there's a possibility that you're going to give birth back at home. Guys, it was tough. So on the 1st of September, so like on that weekend of the 30th of August, we went back to Limpopo. I went home, and on the 1st of September, I remember coming back because he was like, we were moving stuff from Gauteng province to Limpopo. On the 1st of September, I came very early in the morning, went to Tshwane District Clinic, which is inside the Tshwane District Hospital. I went there, and Shine, guys, the service, like, now I don't know where you guys come from. No matter where I come from, like, the clinic there's no scan, like, yeah. So you can't see your baby on a scan. You're seen by sisters. So there you are seen by doctors. Like, doctors are the one that check you out during antenatal care. And guys, let's be honest. If you're honest, guys, let's be honest. Where you come from, when you go to clinic for your antenatal visits, there are no doctors. Maybe there could be a doctor, but who's sitting somewhere, but you get to be assisted by sisters. So there, like nurses, when you get there, you are assisted by, I think the only thing the sisters do is they check your weight. They check your weight, check your urine. Yeah, that's it. From there, you stand on the queue to be assisted by doctors. Like, that's Tshwane District Clinic, right? Cool. no problem. I went there and they checked, and the doctor was like, okay, so where are you going to give birth at? I was like, here. And he was like, okay, since you're going to give birth here, then it means you're going to start coming here daily. So your next visit will be on the 1st of September, which will be a Monday, right? And when he said that, guys, I was so stressed because I knew really, like, my time at Gauteng has expired. Like, I like have to like go home. So there's like, I can't come here on the 1st of September to come and consult. But wait, shut. Oh, okay, but okay, cool. And then I left, and then I went home. We went back home in Limpopo. Then on that, so that was the weekend. Went back home in Limpopo. That was Friday. So it was Friday, Saturday. On Sunday. On Sunday, guys, sharp. So I was sitting at home around 11 watching Faith TV, watching like, yeah, those pastors singing along, praying. And I started hearing, like, feeling some mild, like, cramps, like as if I have like a stomach bug or so. So I felt that, and like, I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's like false, like, contractions or false labor, since like my due date has passed. Yeah, so maybe it's that. Cool. Okay, I waited, and the pains intensified. What? So the pains intensified, and then I went to the toilet because then I felt weird. When I went to the toilet, I checked my panty liner, and there was a mucus plug, like a reddish one. Took a picture, sent it to my cousin. I was like, hey, have you ever experienced this? And she was like, you're in labor. But guys, I didn't take what she said like to mind, because remember, I'm in Limpopo. I want to go give birth in Gauteng, and I can't go there because if I just pack my bags and go there and I found out that I'm not in labor, I'm going to be sent back home. And me coming back home tomorrow is the 1st of September, and my boyfriend will be at work, and it's a new workplace. He can't ask for leave to come take me when I'm feeling cramps to like in Gauteng. Guys, now I was willing to take that risk. Like, I was willing to take that risk. Cool, sharp. He came. Okay, yes. So then the pains kept on intensifying, and I felt like no. And the mucus plug kept on increasing because I changed, and then when I checked again, there was still some mucus plug there. Cool, sharp. So then I set a timer. I think they were like few minutes apart. So that's where I knew that, okay, I don't think this is a false like labor alert. Cool. I called my boyfriend. He came to my grandmother's place, picked me up. Straight, all roads led to Gauteng province. On the way, guys, it was horrible. Guys, I felt I was in so much pain. I remember I was in pain, but I remember when we were at was it Villa Villa? I think when we were passing Villa Villa, I was like, hey, can we get like KFC, at least so I can have something to eat, because I don't know, by the time we get there, we would have passed like their dinner. So we got there. Okay, cool. He bought me KFC. I think Colonel Burger meal. I ate, and then we left. When we got to the hospital, I think it was around 7 years. Because I think it was around 7 or to 8, because I remember them telling him that visiting hours is almost soon, so he can stay. Cool, I was cool with that. Guys, now when I got there, like the nurses there, they were so welcoming. I remember going to the maternity ward, and they were like, hi, how can we help you? Like, and I was like, I think I'm in labor. They were like, you think you're in labor? What makes you sure you're in labor? And when I explained, hey guys, when I explained, they were like, okay. So we went to, like, I think it's like a casualty room where they're going to check how far are you dilated or whether I'm in labor. Guys, I remember sister telling me to sit on the bed, open your legs. And when he was checking and he put her fingers there, guys, first when I saw her wearing a glove with that putting some, I think it's like sort of liquid, like, yeah. When I saw her doing that process, putting it on her fingers, I asked her, is it going to be painful? And she smiled and said no. Like, if you are able to bear the dick penetration, then obviously this is nothing. Oh my sharp. Hey guys, when she inserted her finger there, I screamed, and I remember her saying, Mpahle, be still. If you're not still, I'm not going to finish. I screamed, ne? And when she removed her finger, she was like, okay, yes, you're in labor. Guys, for a moment, the pains like that I felt, they disappeared, because I was like, whoo, thank God there was someone who was able to come take me to the hospital I wanted to give birth at. And I don't have to go back home saying I'm not in labor, like go back to Limpopo. Sharp. They gave me a bed. I joined the other mothers. And guys, the place was so clean. Like, the place was super clean. The linens, the bed. They also had... Now, guys, I want you to be honest. If you're staying in the village and you go to a public hospital, one of those big gym stretch balls, like those ones, they were there. Guys, the place was super clean. I was impressed. Because I remember when I got there, they offered me, like, tea. So I was like, no, I'm fine. And... I think the lady recorded that I said I do not want food. And she didn't say, like, I'm forced to eat. Like, whenever the hospital offers me something, I'm forced to eat. I went sharp. So, so I think the lady recorded because, like, one nurse came and said, hey, sister, why did you not want to take tea? You're not allowed to bring, like, if you're offered food in this hospital, you need to eat that food because it's going to be good for you and your young one. Cool, sharp. Guys, the night progressed. Now, guys, one thing I kept telling myself was, I know I'm in pain, but I said this pain will not last forever. Guys, I never slept. When they come, Neki screamer. Yo, I remember clapping my hands. Whenever the pains would come, I'd clap my hands, just like this. Guys, okay, sharp. I did that. And whenever they would come to check how far I'm dilated, and they'll be like 3 centimeters, I got so disappointed. Because now my pains, like, they were getting stronger and stronger. Sharp. Guys, I also forgot to mention the bathrooms, the toilets, they're super neat, they're not stinky. Guys, everything at Tshwane is 100, like 100 out of 100. Okay, cool, sharp. And I think it was around 3 a.m. I started feeling like I want to, like, go poop, do number 2. Sharp. I called the sister, and so each, like, there were a couple of sisters, like, nurses there, and they were each allocated, like, beds to say, okay, when you're responsible for this one and this one. So now I called the sister that was responsible for me. Yo, Shem, sister Ola. Nale welcoming Jang. Yo. And I called that sister, and I'm like, sister, can you go toilet to number 2, like, to go do number 2? And she said, okay. She was like, let me check how far you dilated first, because we don't want that risk. Sharp. I did that, and I went to the toilet. Guys, I think, because now I never, like, walked in the corridor. Like, all I did now, I was clapping my hands, stamping my feet on the bed, like, seated. And I remember, because she told me that, like, stand up and move around to, like, fasten the process. Now I was like, yo, I'm in so much pains, like I just can't. Sharp. I went to the toilet, nothing came out. I came back. Sister after there was nothing, like there was nothing. That kid was like, okay. Guys, I think, like, me walking from the bed to the toilet, I don't know if I fastened that process or I did something there. When I came back, I was in so much pains. I was screaming. I was in so much pains. Yo, sharp. Then I sat down. I couldn't. Like, and also the rule is, like, when you're in pain, like, when those contractions come, do not try to push. But at this time, I couldn't control myself. Even when I tried, there was a vibration. I remember that vibration. Oh, like, there was a vibration that would come, and I couldn't, like, stop myself from actually pushing out. Like, my body was literally trying to push out. And I remember when I would do this and scream, the sister would say, Mpashele, don't push. Hey, and I couldn't. And I remember there was like, that hospital is close to University of Pretoria, right? From the University of Pretoria, like, they do their practicals there. So there were 2 girls that were nurses that were doing their practicals. I remember them coming to me and saying, sister, like, don't scream, like, breathe in, breathe out. Guys, now I got so mad, girl, but I remember telling that girls, when do you know labor? Have you ever given birth? Like, don't you even dare tell me to keep quiet. Guys, I was rude, but it was not intentional. I was in pain. And for someone to just come and tell me, I should not scream, man, don't. Guys. Yeah, okay, sharp. Okay, when I came back, I think after 5 minutes, I felt like I want to poo again. I called sister. I'm like, sister, I want to do number two. This is like, you went to the toilet. I was like, I know, but like, I feel like now I want to do number two. And she was like, okay, you're going to like poo on the bed. I think she put some plastics, I don't know, or linen saves or something. It's like poo. And I think a small amount came out sharp. Okay, so the after like, so this was around 4. I felt like, no man, I want to, like, now I'm pressed. God, sister, I'm really pressed. So it's like, okay, let's just check how far you are. Mind you guys, I'm not wearing those hospital like outfits. I'm wearing my home like dress because like I was still very far like dilated by the time the sister checked me. But I remember her checking and say, yeah, oh, before that, ne, around 12, they tried to give me, is it what's that? You said that injection to drag you to sleep, like to numb the pain and drag you to sleep. Is it? Yeah, that injection. So they tried that on me and it didn't work because she did it twice. And I remember asking for it again and she was like, no, we don't want to put a lot. So she did it twice and my body just could not like succumb to that. Now my body was strong, but sharp. So around 4, she was like, okay, let's check again. When she checked, I remember her saying, Mpahlele, it's time. She closed those curtains and she was like, birth kit. When she said that, I was seated like this. Girl started pushing. Now I did not care. Guys, I remember her taking a scissor. Sister, and I'm helping you to push on. Guys, I think I pushed 3 times. Like, pushing is not painful. I think I pushed 3 times and my baby was out, boom, crying on the spot. And when she took that baby, I was so dirty, like with all those yada things. And I remember she put the baby here. And I remember saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. And I remember her saying, yes, Mpahlele. Yes, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Yo, guys, now I was in pains. Now, guys, now I was in so much pain. Guys, I remember her saying that. And it's guys, ashamed. I thought that pain was nothing. Until when they had to clean me, when she had to remove those blood clots, guys, I was screaming for my life. When she had to sue me, because now I got I had some few tears there and there. Guys, I screamed so much. I screamed so much. And when she told me that she's done, they took the baby. I don't know where they took the baby, and she was like, you haven't rested, I'm gonna need you to rest, but first, before you get to sleep, because last night you didn't have food when you came, I'm just going to go to the kitchen and make for you food. Like, guys, it's a public hospital, and to make for me only food. Guys, let's be honest. She left, went to the kitchen, Sabat did a sandwich for me and some tea, had that, and I slept. And I remember she woke me up, I think a new sister, because I think they were changing shifts. They woke me up, I think around 7. They were like, hey, it's time for you to take your baby and you have to move to the other ward. Because where I was, it's it's the ward for people that are currently giving birth. I shifted, I went there and I welcomed my baby girl. Guys, shame. And I remember thanking God. Because firstly, I thank God that I gave birth at the hospital that I wanted to give birth at. Secondly, I never even cared, or I do not have any visitors, because everyone is in Limpopo. I do not have daily visitors. Because I gave birth around 4 a.m. and when they checked, everything was fine. And they said to me, we're only waiting for your baby to poop, do number 2. Once your baby do number 2, if your baby does that today, you're gonna get released before the visiting hours, the latest visiting I think 11 or so, you're gonna get released. Unfortunately, my baby didn't, and the next day my baby pooped. I didn't have visitors, guys. I had no one. I saw people people were coming in, having some food, Batista, their family members' food. And I remember telling my boyfriend, Joe, I wish there was someone who was coming here to bring me food. And I was like, order Mr. D. Yeah. So yeah, I stayed there the next day on the 5th, And luckily on the 5th of September I got released because my baby did number 2. And around lunchtime my boyfriend came from Limpopo to Pretoria to come and take me and my baby, and yeah, we went home. So that's my birth story of giving birth in Tswane. I'll just insert some few videos and pictures. And yeah, thank you guys for watching my video, and see you in the next story time. Bye.